welcome back to my channel. It's been a while since I've reacted to any TikToks. Last time I reacted to rat TikToks, and I've noticed when scrolling on my For You page on TikTok, I see the occasional rat video, but I've never seen any mouse videos. They just don't seem to pop up. So we're going to have to do a deep dive today to find some mouse TikToks to react to. Pearl and Bramble happen to be the only ones awake, so they're going to be sitting here whilst I react to them, but I'm really interested to see what kind of mouse content is on TikTok. But before we get started, I did just want to let you guys know I've launched a Teespring. So many of you really loved the Ask Me About My Rats design and wanted it on t-shirts, hoodies. So I've launched a Teespring which is linked in the description. If you guys are interested in picking up any of my merch, you can get mugs, you can get tote bags, stickers, phone cases, t-shirts, hoodies, kids t-shirts, anything you're looking for in any size or pretty much any colour is now over on Teespring, which is really exciting. It's not something I could personally independently do by myself, but by using Teespring you guys can get any size you're looking for, any colour you're looking for, and also support me in the process. So I just wanted to let you guys know that we do now have a Teespring, which is linked in the description. I'm really excited to start getting my t-shirts and my hoodies and wearing my own design, so I'm looking forward to seeing you guys also wearing it too. Also, I know if you're watching this, you probably either love mice or you've got mice and you're thinking, I don't have rats, I can't buy any of this. Don't worry, the mouse designs are coming very soon and they will eventually be on Teespring, so you can get those sometime in the future. I'm just rolling them out slowly as I draw them and as I design them, so those will also be on Teespring eventually. But for now we have the 3 rat designs which are also on Teespring. If you guys were interested in having a hoodie or a shirt, but you want to wait for the mice ones, they will be coming eventually. You want a snack? What's this? Oh, Bramble. Bramble, what's this? I'll put it there for you. So I think to start with I'm going to just search for mouse, although that probably will just bring up a load of wild mouse videos, which is not really what I'm looking for, so maybe we'll try fancy mouse. The hardest goodbye is my parents said that I couldn't keep him anymore. Why is he in an aquarium? Oh, he looks like Pearl. They're not releasing him. Oh my god. Don't just release him into the wild. I really hope that was a joke, but I have a feeling it isn't. They literally just put their mouse outside the little SpongeBob pineapple house as if that's going to be enough for it to survive in the wild. It's not. That's pretty much a death sentence for that poor mouse, so yeah, not off to a good start with the first video being someone putting their pet mouse into the wild, which is most likely going to end up dying within a couple of days, especially being that bright white. They're going to be very obvious to predators. They can't find food as easily. They're not meant to be in the wild because they are domesticated, so that's not a good start. That's very upsetting to see that someone's done that. Moving on. No. So this could very well have been an accident. Maybe they just left the lid off the top, but if you have cats and small pets, if you're choosing to have both, you have to be so careful to make sure they never interact and the cat doesn't end up in the mouse tank. Luckily that cat did not have a very high prey drive and didn't kill the mice or didn't know they were there, but just please be careful. Don't be leaving the lid off or the door open if you have a cat. So irresponsible. That could have ended so badly. Also, the tank itself is not the best setup. Let me just rewatch it. Yeah, so there's very little for the mice to actually do in there. I don't know if they were in the process of cleaning them out. There's one hide, one tiny wire wheel, which is not good for mice, a tube. The size of the tank is actually really good, but the fact that it's quite bare and there's a cat sitting in there is awful. So yeah, another not great example of how to keep mice and how to keep them safely. Letting a cat sit in your mouse enclosure, what the heck? It's a good job you're here, because this is stressing me out already. I adopted a mouse without telling any of my family. That's never a good start. Should I post their reactions? He's cute. But don't do this. Don't, especially if you're under the age of 18, don't bring home an animal that your parents could possibly tell you to take back or get rid of, because that's not fair on the animal to have to then be returned or given away. Don't be hiding pets, getting pets without your parents' permission. I know it's hard when they say no, but don't be this person, don't do that, especially if you need to take them to the vets and you can't afford it and your parents aren't necessarily on board. In the long run, it's not going to be fair for the animals, so don't do that. Also, just looking at this, I think it's the All Living Things hamster hangout, which I'm not familiar with this cage. I'm not too sure what the dimensions are. I've tried to Google them and I can't find them for the life of me, but I think it is too small. Even if you plan on getting a male mouse, they still need plenty of space. I don't recommend anything smaller than about 80 by 50 centimeters, and this definitely does not look that, so that's also really disappointing. Moving on, this is Corey, our super nice pet mouse. Cute. We thought he was pretty lonely, so we got him checked. Why are you just dumping it in there like that? I have so many questions. Firstly, why is the mouse living in a bucket with a plastic cup? As a house, that's very, very minimal, not providing them with everything they need, and far too small. Secondly, if Corey is a male mouse, I'm guessing, and they're getting it a female mouse, do they understand basic biology that a male and a female is going to produce a lot of babies? Because the more mice they're producing, you can't keep them all in this tiny bucket, so that's concerning. I doubt they got him neutered, considering they've not spent much on his enclosure. So yeah, that's concerning. I hope they realised that and took the mouse out, possibly. But I don't have very high hopes, so that's really strange.
Just did a good thing.
Just did a bad thing.
I don't regret this thing at all. And you're wondering what it is. I'll tell you what I did.
He's cute.
I did a good thing.
So critter trails are just not big enough for anything to live in. Mice, hamsters, gerbils, nothing should be living in these cages, even if they are labelled as a starter kit. Just skip the starter cages, put them straight away into an enclosure that's going to be big enough. This is unfortunately not a good enough enclosure for anything to live in, and it is far too small. Also, it doesn't provide them enough opportunities to dig and burrow in the bedding. The base is really, really small, so it's not really the best cage for the mouse. Hopefully they've upgraded it, because I think it is quite an old video, but yeah, disappointing, not a good cage, and I just hope they've upgraded it. Don't do it. Don't do it. Do not release it into the wild. Surely he's not just gonna put it in the grass, is he? I mean, I'm not even gonna talk about the cage. Don't. No, get it back. So again, don't release domestic pets of any kind into the wild, hoping that they'll have a better quality of life if you can't keep them. If you even care about them a tiny, tiny bit, drop them off at a rescue or a pet store. Just leave them somewhere where someone can find them. If you're embarrassed about having to drop them off, that's going to be miles better than just setting them loose in the wild hoping for the best, because especially a white mouse like Pearl is going to stick out so much to predators looking overhead into the grass. Wild mice have a natural agouti coloration that helps them to camouflage, and white mice are not going to stand much of a chance against predators, but also against the elements. Not finding food, it's pretty much a death sentence, so don't do that. Take them to a rescue. It's not hard to drive a little bit extra to find someone that can help them if you can't keep them anymore. She's so big. Aww, there's so many of them. Tiny little beans. I love baby mice, they're so cute. Oh, he's so cute. He looks like one of my mice sprigs. So it's nice to see someone actually giving their mouse multiple houses, a dig box, things to do. It's nice to see someone that's not putting their mouse in a tiny tank with just one house, a wheel and like this much bedding, because I've been sat here now for a while scrolling through TikTok after TikTok just looking at mice in tiny tanks with nothing to do. So this is refreshing. Also it helps that he is super cute. Come on in. Come on in. So you know how I feel about exercise balls, whether it's for rats, mice, hamsters. I just don't think they're necessary, and they are actually quite cruel. Having to force your mouse to... You're so distracting. I just think they're so unnecessary. There's so many other good ways to exercise your small rodent, whether it's in a playpen or just on a desk like this. Forcing them to go into an exercise ball is not only unnecessary but also really cruel. They can't choose whether they're going forward or not, and they can't easily stop themselves. Also, there's not enough ventilation, their toes can get stuck in the holes, and I don't think this exercise ball is actually the right size for a mouse, if anything. So his tail is curving up as he's running, which is not a healthy position for a mouse to have to run in. In the long run, if they're doing this on a regular basis, it is going to start to affect his spine and his tail. So I don't recommend doing this. If you're watching this TikTok or you come across a similar TikTok, don't replicate this, don't bother buying exercise balls. They are a waste of money and they're not going to be necessary or ethical to use. So if you have one, I don't recommend using it with your mice. And I recommend doing things like this, having them out on your desk or on a tabletop, or buying them a playpen instead. So I think I'm going to stop there. That is enough TikTok for me today. That is especially enough mouse TikTok for me, because I don't know what I was expecting. I was quite disappointed with the amount of mice living in tiny tanks or dirty conditions or having nothing to do, nothing in their enclosure. There was far too many videos of that, and I don't think I can bear to watch anymore. But on the flip side, I did see a lot of videos of people educating people and giving them helpful facts about mice, and also showing really good enclosures. So hopefully the people that are making the terrible videos happen across these good educational videos as well, because they could definitely use it. But I hope you guys enjoyed watching. There's not too many mouse videos over on TikTok to react to. There's definitely a lot more rat videos, but I make mouse videos and rat videos over on TikTok. If you're not already following me, I highly suggest you do. It's a fun time. It's a lot more casual than it is here on YouTube. Also, don't forget to subscribe, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye guys. Say bye, Pearl. Say bye.